Hello, YouTube. It is your girl, Ayana, aka the Crafty Notary, and welcome back to another video on our channel. And this is a network. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing to the community and getting videos and updates on how you can grow, start, or even scale your business. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I create a new video. And always leave a comment below, like the video, and share it with anyone that you think can use this information. So, as you can see, we are talking about, first of all, we're going to talk about the August numbers, or no, September numbers. Like August is already gone. Yep, September numbers. And this will just be brief because I don't think people are very much interested. But the reason why I share my numbers is to keep you motivated because there is money out there to be made. Now, again, keep in mind that I am a part time notary. I am a part time preneur, as I like to call it, and that I run my business in addition to working a full time job. So, my goal may not necessarily be your goal. And if your goal is to do this full time, you can make the money that you want to make. It's all about setting your goal, setting your intentions, and then going after them. Okay. So, as you all may know from previous videos, or some of you may know if you've been a part of my tribe for a while now, my monthly goal is $1,000. And so the reasoning behind $1,000 is that when I started this business, I said, if I can pay one bill, I'll be happy with that. So including in or accounting for um, business expenses, I figure 500 and 500. If I can pay one bill with that, hey, that's one bill I have to pay with my paycheck. So that has been my goal, my rationale. And sometimes I increase it, sometimes I just leave it right at the basic $1,000. But that's the method behind the madness and my goal. And last month, it looks like I hit my goal and I exceeded it by another $500. So I was able to snag um, three loan signings last month. And then the majority of everything else that I made was in general notary work. There was a little more than $700 in just general notary work alone. And then Ron, on my Ron platform that I work with, eNotary on Call is the platform. I did a little bit more than 200 on that platform. Blue Notary, I got a couple on there. I think I got one. I think I got, yeah, I did. So I got one signing that I picked up on their platform, their customer, and then I also picked up as a witness. And then I also had some coaching. I also did a mock loan signing class last month, which profited me about $200. And then, of course, my YouTube channel. So, and I make a little bit more than a couple $100 on my YouTube channel. So my YouTube channel is not that big, not that robust. I'm not making all the monies that other channels are making, but hey, it is something, and you should know that you can make something too. So with that, the 1,500 is after all of my expenses came out. So I do account for all of my Stripe fees because I use Stripe to charge my customers. Any platform fees that I may incur doing Ron, general notary work, and then Thumbtack fees. So I was using Thumbtack a little bit more heavy last month, but since then I've decided to kind of move away from Thumbtack. I'm not a big fan of Thumbtack. So, but it does generate a lot of leads, especially if you're doing weddings. I think it's perfect for that. But I am more interested in doing Ron versus mobile. And so a lot of people just weren't up on that. So I'm kind of moving away from the um, Thumbtack service. So that's that. That's all I got to share for that. I just want to keep you motivated so that you know that this is a business where you can make money still in 2022, even with the interest rates where they are. People will always need general notary work. People are always selling still. People are still buying homes. And believe it or not, people are still doing HELOCs and refinances. So the interest rate is considered high compared to where it was during COVID. However, it's about normal. 5 to 6% is still not that high in the grand scheme of things. And true enough, it does add more to your payment. But again, in the grand scheme of things, in the world of interest rates, 5 to 6% is not really that much. And although, we all would like from 0 to 3, but 5 or 6 is not that high. So let's move on to today's topic, and that is help. I'm a Florida notary and I don't know what to do next. So I get this question a lot. I get people sending me messages on my website and people sending me messages on Facebook or Instagram saying that they're a new notary and they don't know what to do next to get their business started. Now, if you look back on the channel, I do have a video. I do have a video on how to become a notary. And I might re-up that video and make a little bit more updated version on how to do that now that I've been in for a while. But you can always refer back to that video if you're not a notary and you're thinking about becoming a notary, on how to get started on actually becoming a notary. But if you are already a notary and you just need to know what to do next, that's what we're going to talk about now. So this is off the cuff. So I don't have any notes or anything like that. This is really just off the cuff. So once you get your Florida notary commission, there are a few things that you can do with that commission. All right. So number one, obviously, you can notarize documents. And in the world of notarizing documents, you can either do what's called general notary work, and you'll see that abbreviated as GNW. And general notary work entails notarizations for the general public. So those could still be real estate documents, but for the general public on a customer to customer basis. So those could be real estate documents like sale documents. It could be deeds that you're doing. It could be trust documents. It could be estate planning documents like healthcare directives or wills, or power of attorneys. It could be any of those documents. It could be school documents. Sometimes children need notarized permission in order to participate in sports or band or extracurricular activities. Also, sometimes schools need notaries to certify copies of transcripts in order to go over to the colleges. So those all fall under general notary work. And then also under your notary hat, you can also become a loan signing agent. And that's where a lot of people tend to think the money is. And honestly, there's money in both general notary work and loan signing. And since the interest rates have gone up and some of the refinances have slowed down, it's going to take a little bit more effort for you to get going as a loan signing agent. They don't have as many signings as they once had, where they needed notaries like crazy and they were paying top dollar for those notaries. The prices have gone all the way back down because now they know there's so many notaries out here that they can snag a notary for a lower price. And so it's going to take a little bit more effort for you to work with signing services and to actually go direct. But a loan signing agent is a person who works with another business. So it's a notary who works with a business. So I'm a business, I'm working with the business. So that's a business to business relationship. And I'm actually working under them as kind of an independent contractor, and they're paying me a set fee in order to complete a package of documents. Okay. So now when you're working with a client or a customer, well, the client is the business. So if you're working with a customer, which is the general public, and they have loan documents, you can't charge them one flat fee for that package of documents. You will need to come up with a price that's based upon the maximum amount of notary the maximum amount per stamp that you can charge, plus any other fees. So it could be travel, an admin fee, whatever, platform fees, stripe fees, whatever that is, you can build that into your price. But the basis of your price has to be per stamp. But when you're working with a business as a client and you're business to business, they can pay you one package fee because you are working with them as kind of like as an independent contractor for that company. A lot of them have you sign an independent contractor document when you sign up with those signing services. Now, direct clients may not have you sign that type of document, but it's implied that you are operating as an independent contractor for that title company. Okay. Because I can guarantee when they file their taxes, they're going to write you off as an independent contractor. So, becoming a loan signing agent takes a little bit more time and process after you become an actual notary. So you will need to take a certification course and have a background check done in order to get started as a loan signing agent. Now, from what I understand, this may not be completely required. The class is not completely required. However, you do need to take the test, and it's advisable that you take the test and become certified and to pass the background test. The most widely used platform or website or company for that test and for the background check is the National Notary Association. There are other companies out there like the American Association of Notaries or American Society of Notaries, something like that. If you Google, or the Florida Association, there are other associations out there that do offer training. And for loan signings, you also have the option to take training with the loan signing systems, and Notary to Pro is the name of that one. There are others. There's still others out there that you can take. And you can actually study on your own and take the test for the NNA. But a lot of signing services do look for you to be certified with the National Notary Association, and some signing services over others prefer one of the ancillary certifications over another. Me personally, I say get as many certifications as you can afford because it opens up more doors for you, and it's just like belonging to associations for your job. So if you're a realtor, you belong to a realtor association, and you can belong to more than one because it opens up more doors for you. So the more you have, the better off you could be. But again, that's all based upon what you can afford because some of these courses are not cheap. Right? Right. So if you're interested in the loan signing systems, I do have a link below. It's an affiliate link. I get a few chips. I've never even gotten any chips off of it. But if you're interested in that, there will be a link below. And there is a link. That link will take you to my website where you will be able to find the link for all of the resources that I have for you. All right. So the first thing you can be with your notary commission is a notary. And then the next thing you can also do is apostilles. Now, doing apostilles does not necessarily require you to become a notary. However, having your notary commission makes you a public official, and it makes you a trusted person in the public space, where people will use you for other things because you are already possibly background checked and you are a public official. So, with an apostille, what that means is that oftentimes there are documents that someone may need to have authenticated in order to use out of the country. So, these documents originate in the country that we're in now, in the state of Florida, but they may be used outside of the country. So, these could be death certificates, marriage certificates, birth certificates, those types of things. We cannot certify copies of those public records. However, we can send them over to the state of Florida in Tallahassee, and they can be authenticated. In addition, there are documents that we may need to notarize that are not those documents, but documents we may need to notarize, like real estate documents, estate planning documents that we might need to notarize, and then it goes over to the state in order to have our notarization authenticated for use outside of the country. So there's a whole thing about apostilles. If you go to my website, thecraftynotary.com, and click on apostilles, you can read more about apostilles, or just Google it. You don't have to go to my website, just Google it. Google apostilles, and you will find more information about how it works. The best thing to do is, if you have an apostille, you just become the middleman, and that's it. So you're just facilitating getting that document from the customer over to the state, and having the state authenticate it or certify it, and then send it back to wherever it needs to go. And you can charge a fee for that. And you can notarize a document if required, if you need to notarize a document. And the best way to learn how to get the document to the state is to just pick up the phone and call the state yourself, or go to the state website, thesunbiz.org, and there's information there on how to get documents apostilled. If the document is not from the state of Florida, then you have to send it to the state in which it originated from. So if it's from New York, then you have to call New York. If it's from Colorado, then you call Colorado. If it's from Michigan, you call Michigan. But the best thing to do is just to pick up the phone, call this department that does the apostilles, and ask them questions and figure out how to do it. It's not that hard. All right. All right. Moving on. So the next thing you can do with your notary commission in the state of Florida only, that I'm speaking for, is you can become a wedding officiant. Now, the maximum the maximum fee you can charge per stamp on a marriage license is $30 for a wedding. All right. But that does not include your time. It does not include your travel again. It doesn't include anything else that you may do for the bride, like coordination, or anything you may bring, equipment or microphones and all of those things. So you can charge a separate fee for those things if that is your business model. So I believe Florida we know Florida is a destination spot for weddings. And so weddings will never go out of style in Florida. So I think weddings is a lucrative business to do. And if it's something that you're truly interested in, definitely get started sooner than later. Don't get caught up with needing supplies and equipment and arches and all of those things. Just start. There are people out here that just want to have a wedding or get married via elopement, and they don't need all the bells and whistles. And then there's others that are having a more formal wedding, and so you may have to dress up and things like that, but you don't need any other thing in order to offer that as a service. So wedding officiant is a great way to use your notary commission. Now, if you want to go outside of the box, you can also become an ordained minister if that is your choice. Some people don't choose to do that, but there is a way that you can become an ordained minister by going to ulc.org, and it literally takes 10 minutes. So you can also use that as an option. And then once you are an ordained minister, you are now free to charge as an ordained minister as opposed to charging as a notary. So that's another option as well. And then with your notary commission, you also have the ability to become a remote online notary, or called a RON. And that is kind of where I have been specializing. And I'm actually going to have a course coming up on the RON for sure. Is going to be this month. I'm targeting. What day am I targeting? I don't remember what day I was targeting. I was targeting the end of the month. So actually it may slide into November, maybe that first week in November, that I will be getting that course out for everyone. So stay tuned for that. But an online notary is someone who uses a approved platform by the state of Florida, and the signers appear before you online, and you facilitate the notarization online. Now, this is not just a get online, I check your ID, you sign, and then go on your way. No, there are certain things that you need to say specifically on each and every video in order for that call to be, I guess, valid in the state of Florida, for lack of better terms. It's all valid, but there are certain things that you need to say in order to make sure that you're covering your bases. There are certain things that you need on your notarial certificate in addition that doesn't appear on a regular notary certificate in order for your notarization to be valid in the state of Florida as well. So um so that does take a little bit more skill, and you will need to complete another training. Again, the National Notary Association, I think, offers the Ron training for $30, and then there's a small test, and then you have to apply for that at the state of Florida. So that's an additional fee. But everything seems to be. So those are other things that you can do with your notary commission once you become a notary. So once you get your notary commission, you need to decide what you want to do with it. Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Where do you want to start? And I suggest you create a small business plan. It doesn't have to be intricate or detailed. Just jot down some ideas on a piece of paper to say, this is my intention. This is probably where I'm going to start my fees. This is where I may start my travel fees. And this is how I'm going to market myself. And other pertinent things. Do you have a virtual mailbox or a PO box? You're going to need that for checks to be mailed, unless you want them to come to your home. I was doing them to my home, but now I have a virtual mailbox that can go with me anywhere in the country. There's a link to that as well in the resources on my website, ayanalugo.com. So check the description below in order to get to that link if you need a mailbox. You can also do a PO box. I didn't do a PO box or a box like at the UPS store or anything like that, because I know eventually we're going to be moving from this area. So I don't want to be strung or hamstrung to a box that is in a physical location. So with the virtual box, I can move it. I can change addresses whenever I need to quickly. And the address actually goes to like a postnet location. So it's a location that has all those services, and they receive your packages and all of your mail and all of that stuff. So it works out great for me. But that's another thing that you want to make sure that you have on your business plan. Do you have an email address? Are you going to have a website? Do you have a Google business profile? I've talked about that in other videos. So you want to make sure you come up with a small business plan and just get your ideas out of your head and onto paper, because a lot of times we operate with everything in our head and then we feel confused. Get your ideas out onto paper, or even if you just jot it down, and that way you can start moving around and operating your business from that space. Are you going to be an LLC? Or are you going to be a sole proprietor to start out? Those are all things that you need to know and decide on when you become a commission notary. Next is, after that, you need to start marketing. So if you're going to go and do your LSA and get your loan signing credentials, then you're going to do that. And then once you get that, you want to start marketing. So you want to start signing up for signing services. You want to start getting out to title companies and introducing yourself, and getting cards, or using business cards. I have pins that I use to drop off at some locations. It has a little the little thing on to use on your phone, the little pin stylus. That's what it's called, stylus. So it has a little stylus on there. And so I take these to the nail shop, and when I see people struggling to get their nails done and use their phone, I pass them a pin, one of my pins. It's got my information on there. So you have to figure out how you are planning to market. If you're going to do business cards, are you going to do postcards, are you going to do flyers, and where are you going to go? Do you have any networks at schools, nursing homes, hospitals? And so there's a plethora of things that you can do. I have another video about marketing, so go back and look for that video too. And then once you start marketing and you start getting business, you're ready to go. And now you need to think about other business tools like My Notary Gadget to account for all of your signings. I use that to keep track of all of my signings for general notary work and loan signings. The only thing I don't put in there is Ron's from the Ron platforms, but any work that I bill myself or I do loan as a loan signing goes into My Notary Gadget. They now have an app on the phone that you can use to input your expenses, your mileage, all of that stuff goes in. It comes out at the end of the year in one tidy report that you can give to your accountant, and they can use that to file your taxes. So if you're interested in My Notary Gadget, I have a link to that as well on my website so that you can start accounting for your business and tracking your money, because you need to know who owes me and how long has the invoices been out there. Let me show you. I'll show you this real quick. Let's add it in. Let's see, because I'm ready. Oh, that's too small. Here we go. So here is my notary gadget. When you go to home, it shows you all of the money that you make. And so here is what I've made so far. I've done 79 signings. I've made this much. This is a profit, and this is a rough estimate. And then this is like an average. And so I include all of my my loan signings and my general notary work in there. And that way you can see like by month what I am making. And then you can click on signings and you can see your actual signings that you have. And you can do imports and all of that. Oops. There we go. You can do imports and all of that. Oh, I wanted to show you the reports section. So you can do a profit and loss statement and generate that report. And then it looks like this. And so I can see my total income. I can see my net income. I can see what's subject to taxes and the amount saved on my taxes. You know, so I enter quite a bit in here, but again, I don't include, what's not included on here is any monies that I make from directly from the Ron platforms. So that's why it looks less than 1,000, because I don't include that. So, but all of my general notary work and loan signings, I do put in there. And that is how I keep track of my mileage and all of that. So it's very convenient. I do suggest that you sign up for either My Notary Gadget, and there's another one out there, but I don't remember the name of that one. So yeah, I don't remember the name of that one. So, but yeah, there you go. And let's see, what else would you need? Oh, a journal. So I talked about a journal, the e-journal. If you go back in the video in my channel, I talked about the e-journal that I just started using. I also have a link to that in the resources section. So you can definitely use that as well, so that you can keep track of all of your notarizations. You can use a paper journal or you can use an electronic journal. I choose to use an electronic journal because it's just much quicker and easier for me. So yeah, and then you should be on your way. Now, if you get all the way through this and you're still confused about what you need to do in order to get your business started, and you've watched my marketing video, you've watched the journal video, you've watched this video, and you still need help, then you can reach out to me for a coaching session. So on the website, ayanalugo.com, you can reach out for a coaching session for either half an hour or an hour. It's not that much because I'm not charging people an arm and a leg. I mean, you can see that by what I make. And I'm here to help you grow your business. Now, If you want someone that's making tens and thousands of dollars because you trust them more because they're making tens and thousands of dollars, then I probably won't be that person. But there are people out there. You can follow my girl Ebony at 757 Notary Sisters. She's making that kind of money monthly with all of her different streams. But what I can offer you is, or what I am offering you is bona fide methods in order to get business. I have grown my business from just only signing services. Now I have 3 direct clients, and I also have a nursing home um, that what am I trying to say? A nursing home that regularly feeds me business. So there is opportunity there, and I am able to give that to you in order for you to make the kind of money that you want. You don't pay attention to what I'm making. Pay attention to what you want to make, because I guarantee you I can help you make it. So with that said, we're going to bring this video to a close. It's a little bit longer. And again, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with someone who may need it, and comment below. If I answer each and every comment, so if you have a question, please comment below and I'll be sure to check out or look for your comment and get an answer to you. You can always reach out to me via email at info@thecraftynotary.com. You can DM me on Facebook at The Crafty Notary. You can also message me on Instagram. However, I'm not on Instagram a whole lot anymore these days, so I will probably say put it on Facebook. So with that said, I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.